Hey guys, so I owed you a video on cookies, so I'm just gonna jump into it. So we have a cookies thing here. So let's start with HTML. Just call it set cookie HTML. Perfect. Alright, so let's just build our HTML out. We'll call it set cookie. And I'm gonna zoom in here, so I'm sure this is pretty big. So let's just make it pretty small. And then we'll have our heading, and there we'll have our script, which will have our, start off with, first thing that we're gonna do is set the cookie. You know what, you can't do that in here. So, forgot. Where's my answer? Forgot I am in the script. Alright, perfect. Oops. Alright, so we'll set the cookie, so we'll set up a function. This function is called setCookie. Within there, we're going to pass in the cookie name. We'll pass in, I know that we did this already, but I'm just starting from scratch. We'll pass in the value and how many days that we have on there. Alright, so we'll set up a constant. We'll call it D for days equals, we'll define the date. We'll say new date. And then we'll set it, so we'll set the date. We'll say set date, D dot get the time, so identify what the time is. There we go, get time. Open close bracket, perfect. And then we'll take the X amount of days that we have left. And so there's a little formula here, so we times 24 for 24 hours, times 60 by how many is in an hour, and then by minutes. Then 1000 is just, I can't remember where that came from, but I just think that's what we want to do for milliseconds. And then we're gonna, you can use the word let, or you can use the word var, so that's popped up. So we'll say var expires equals expires. So we're saying expires equals, and then we'll say plus the to UT string. Alright, so it grabs the string, converts it, boom. Next thing that we need to do is we need to write this to the screen, so we do document.cookie equals the cookie name plus equals, okay, plus the cookie value. Oops. Yep. And then we have to do a semicolon here. And then we're going to say it expires, so we're grabbing all the data values plus, and we'll do the semicolon for expires, so it ends it. We can do path like that and that. Now I know that we did this in class, but like I said, I'd rather just start from scratch. Alright, so that is how we set the cookie. Now we need to get the cookie. Oops. Cool. So var name equals cookie name plus, oops, equals. So we have to, what we're doing here is building a dynamic string basically. So you see how like we're putting stuff like this before you say equals this. We're just building a dynamic string. That's all. So we'll say var decode it cookie. Oh my gosh. Decode it cookie equals, so we'll decode the URI component. So if you want to look into what that is, you can hover over it and it'll tell you it's this function right here allows us to store the cookie. So, well, get the cookie from within. So we'll say document, and then we should be able to grab the cookie, I think. Yeah, so it's a property. So it looks like we're running out of some space here. Also gonna save this while I have a chance. Boom. Alright, so we'll say var ca equals decoded cookie that we just did. Dot, we're gonna do a split, so we're identifying some of the things that we learned about splitting stuff. We're just, changing some values here. So we're gonna do a semicolon here and close that out. Now we're gonna do a loop statement. We're gonna say for, we're gonna say var I equals 0. And then we can say I is less than, if I is less than the decoded cookie dot length. And then we do an iteration here. And then within here we can say var c equals ca, and then I, because it's an array, we're grabbing that value. And we're going to say while c dot char app, so we're converting it to char character 0, so capturing that position number, location where it's at, so equals, oops, like that, and so c equals c dot substring. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy code here. We'll grab the first one here. I think this is beyond introduction, so, but it's a good thing to learn. So if the C index of the name equals 0, we want to return a value. So we want to return the C substring. We want to return the name dot length. We want to return the C dot length. So 2 different lengths, like that. Alright. And then we could do a return, nothing. And I think I got that in the wrong spot. Let's see. Oh, did I forget a spot here? Let me see. I got effed up. Bar for loop, while loop, if there. We have that, and then we have this one. And I thought we should have a bigger one, which is that one. So we need another one here. Where did I mess up at? So I think I messed up somewhere. Oh my god. I know what I did. So I forgot to set a function here. I started coding. So function get cookie, that would help. I'm talking about getting a cookie. I knew something was off. We pass in a cookie name. And yeah, that's not gonna like that, but we're gonna put that there. And so now it realizes, hey, guess what, we're missing something. Perfect. Hey, I guess you should write the name of your function first. I'm not even sure what the hell I was thinking. Anyways, I knew something was off. Anyways, so we're good there. So we're thinking here, and then we can put our return here. It would have eventually blown up on us somewhere. And then we need to create another story, another cookie. So we could say check the cookie, and oops, no. So, and I think we did this one in class as well. So function check cookie, yeah, call it validate cookie, whatever. All right, let's set that function here. So var user equals get cookie. There we go. Pass in the username. We need to do say if the user doesn't equal, oops, if the user doesn't equal nothing, do this, and then we can do an alert. welcome again, plus user. Oh, what did I do? Welcome again. That's just plus user. There we go. Else user equals prompt. Please input your name. Alright, and then we say if the user, user doesn't equal nothing, and if the user doesn't equal null, then set the cookie. And you can say username, user, and we'll set it 30 days. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So now we need to create a body here. And within the body, we're going to do onload. Actually, I got that wrong. So we'll do body onload right there. And within the onload, we'll say check cookie. And we'll talk about this here in a second. And we'll do this here. And that is it. So what we're expecting is when we run this, it's gonna call this check cookie here. It's gonna call this, and it's gonna say, hey, user equals get cookie, username. If the user doesn't equal blank blank, which, you know, welcome again, but we're going to equal that because we haven't used it. And then say else user prompt, so it should prompt us for our name. So the next time when we refresh our page, hopefully it says welcome user. I'm not sure. Oh, it should alert us and say welcome user. We could have documented it to the screen. And then what these are is to obtain the cookie and set the cookie. So checking this calls these guys to do those values. So let's open with live server. Oh, didn't do jack shit. Unless it knows that there's a cookie there. So let's do this. Let's do it in incognito mode. Huh. Set cookie. Alright. That's weird. Oh. Guess what? There's a problem. Houston, we have a problem. What is going on? Get cookie HTML 1524. Var name. Why is it saying that? It looks like I can't spell either, guys. Alright. Not only do I not know what the hell I'm doing, where did I put that at? So this is how you debug your stuff to see if anything's right or wrong. So get cookie, I have scan me. So come down to get cookie, yep. That might be CNAME. Alright, so we'll recognize that. So let's save that problem. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, that was the problem. So I had that spelled wrong. Alright, so please input your name. I'm going to say Jeffrey. And, still blew up somewhere. So I have another error message. I still can't spell. There should be C value on that line. My God, set the cookies. All right. I should really look what I was doing. Yep. Save that. sure I have another error. I'll put a different name. And shark. Oh, it didn't error out this time. So, just an FYI, this is how you, when you're doing JavaScript, this is how